As expected, last night Liz Cheney went down in humiliating, historic defeat as she was trying to regain the nomination for the House seat she currently holds. Now, the reaction from her diehard base was devastating. Her diehard base, you know, the media.
A close watch on Wyoming, and what happens there tonight could add to a trend, and that is election deniers winning primaries around the nation. What does that mean for our democracy and the risk of more chaos, like what we saw on January 6th?
Okay, more people came out and voted for the candidate I don't like than for the candidate I supported, so maybe our democracy is in danger. People coming out in droves to support a candidate and winning an election is actually what democracy is, isn't it?
Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy!
Also on CNN, Don Lemon was so impressed with Liz Cheney in defeat that he acted like he was attending a Ricky Martin concert.
Liz Cheney in Jackson, Wyoming, conceding to Harriet Hageman in her primary loss there, called very early and giving a really, I would call it a barn burner of a speech, chastising members of her party, saying that she will do everything in her power not to allow Donald Trump anywhere near the Oval Office again, and getting applause from those in the crowd. Obviously, it was a crowd of supporters there in Jackson, Wyoming.
And then there was this other astounding reaction last night from diehard liberals lecturing conservative Republicans about what our party should look like. Here's this guy, Ron Filipkowski. He's very popular on Twitter with the left. Here's what he said. Republican Party, born March 20th, 1854, Ripon, Wisconsin. Died August 16th, 2022, Jackson, Wyoming. Yes, that's right. Liz Cheney lost last night, so the Republican Party is dead. And then there's this hot take from Dan Rather. If Liz Cheney is defeated today, as expected, I would not frame it as her losing. It's a loss for Wyoming, the Republican Party, and the nation. And I don't know about you, but whenever I'm curious and torn about the direction of the conservative movement and the Republican Party, I always think to myself, what would Dan Rather do? In her concession speech to a small but spirited group of supporters, most of them are probably from D.C., Liz Cheney took the opportunity of her devastating loss to compare herself to, wait for it, Abraham Lincoln. It's true, Abe did lose a couple of elections, not by 40 points, of course, before he ran for the White House. So is this some sort of suggestion that Dick's daughter is eyeing a third-party run for the presidency herself, just like Abe did back in 1860? Well, we may have gotten an answer this morning because she was giving an audition for the folks at NBC. I'm sorry, it was an exclusive interview granted by probably her future employers at NBC News. And here's what she had to say.
Are you considering running for president yourself?
Well, what I'm going to do, Savannah, is spend the next several months completing my work in Congress, obviously completing my work representing the people of Wyoming. We have a tremendous amount of work left to do on the January 6th committee. And also, though, I'm going to be making sure that people all around this country understand the stakes of what we're facing, understand the extent to which we've now got one major political party, my party, which has really become a cult of personality. And we've got to get this party back to a place where we're embracing the values and the principles on which it was founded, and talking about, you know, fundamental issues of civics, fundamental issues of what does it mean to be a constitutional republic.
But Congresswoman, you didn't answer me yes or no.
It takes to keep Donald Trump. I will be doing whatever it takes to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office.
Well, I know you didn't say yes or no, and that's fine if you're thinking about it, but are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about running for president?
That's a decision that I'm going to make in the coming months, Savannah. I'm not going to make any announcements here this morning, but it is something that I'm thinking about, and I'll make a decision in the coming months.
Listen, if Liz Cheney wants to run for president, God bless her, good luck. There's a hell of a lot of military-industrial complex money she can raise and then funnel to a bunch of really, really rich political consultants who make a lot of money on vanity projects like this. Go with God, Liz. But make no mistake, if you read between the lines, the overriding message from her speech last night to her appearance this morning is the same, and that is she knows better than the people of Wyoming. She was right, and they were wrong. Not only that, but those voters who didn't support her aren't just wrong, they're evil and dangerous. And here's the bottom line. That's what she and all these boring talking heads in the media keep getting wrong. You see, they still think that this election in Wyoming last night and every election this year is about Donald Trump and about January 6th. But it was actually about something much simpler and much more basic than that. You see, last night the people of Wyoming, They chose who they wanted to represent them. For the last 6 years, it was Liz Cheney. But last night, they reached the resounding and undeniable conclusion that Liz Cheney no longer serves that purpose. She represents the media, she represents Nancy Pelosi, she represents a whole lot of Trump-hating Republicans, but she no longer actually represents the people of Wyoming. And so they fired her. And that's actually a beautiful thing.
I'm sorry, you're fired. Get out of here.